Hello, hello, check, check, 1, 2. Alright, so this is gonna be my PC version. I'm gonna be pretty much just kinda gonna go through all the roles that I have, just kinda farm just from the times of playing the game when I'm gonna just eventually, finish up races or just leveling up or just doing like the seasonals and all that stuff. So it's gonna be a little bit of a lot. It is currently 4:51 p.m. for me, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Just kind of dealing with a little bit of hiccups right now, so let's see how many I can at least get through. I don't know what's up with the servers, but I can at least get to the game and at least over here to get started on doing the spins. But let's get it. Let's see how many credits I actually end up. So I ended up putting the startup from before doing the spins, and then the total amount that's gonna increase too, depending on how many I actually end up getting. So car wise, I'm probably not gonna try and keep up with a whole lot of them, since it's gonna be like 90 plus super wheel spins that I got right now. So it's gonna try and amount to that, and just kind of have a little bit of a Spotify just playing on the background regarding my music choices. But let's go ahead and get started. It's gonna be a little bit of a lot, so let's see. Okay, so that was the first car on roll. Alright, got a Subaru and an MBX class. Okay. 21. And then 32. That's still gonna add on to whatever I end up with. It's gonna be a bit to get through, so I might probably just gonna, go to the playlist and just gonna change the songs every now and then, just kind of depending when it's up playing. So it's got a bit of a soundtrack at least on the background from one of my favorite games. But how are y'all? I know I kind of haven't been checking in some time. Work's been a little busy. Regarding to how things were kind of from last year to now, it's been a bit of adjusting. Besides, kind of schedules changing and then having to do some managing and then doing some training, and hours just kind of extending longer than I kind of wanted to, and wanted to, get home and eventually get to streaming. But by the time I'll get home, it will kind of be a little bit later than what I was intending, but it is what it is. Not much change, a whole lot. It's kind of friendship times, just kind of been a little difficult lately. Besides of me expecting to had been an uncle this coming summer, but that kind of didn't end up being a plan as to, my, I guess, ex best friend's boyfriend now. He just kind of decided to just kind of block me out and not be part of their little family. So I've kind of been trying to at least stay a little busy. trying to at least go to work, do my own thing, hang out with the people that just kind of are there for me now, or just kind of go out and socialize, or go to like car events or any of that nature. But it's been a little difficult on, you have been best friends with somebody for, several years, and then here comes somebody new because apparently this, I guess, felt threatened or just didn't want to give you the benefit of the doubt to get to know you, and just kind of makes you feel a little unease on going from being close to somebody to, just being pushed out to acting like strangers nowadays. I guess you could kind of say we could kind of keep an eye on each other, just behind the scenes, not like really talk anymore, but I guess we just kind of make sure to just see what we're doing or what's kind of going on. But more than that, it's hard to adapt. On side news, I have about 85% of my car paid off, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. I know for sure probably a whole lot of people probably won't really keep up with it, but I do have a 2020 Camry SE, which is not typically like the same one that's in game, but I try to at least paint it close to what I have in real life. But it's pretty cool to at least see, might not be like 100% my actual car in game, but it's cool to see it's the hard trim and actually play with it and have a bit of a racing time. I don't usually try to be super competitive in this game than how I kind of tend to be on GT7, Gran Turismo 7, which is another game that I kind of need to get back on at least heavily. But it's at least there. Now that I actually end up getting this game on the PS5, I think I'm probably not gonna try and go too wild on like the add-ons. I think I might pick up the VIP pass-ish. Don't think I'm gonna spend like a whole bunch on like add-ons. I think I might just get like the race car DLCs to at least add into the PS5 line, since I can at least not worry about the game crashing so much as it does on my computer. I don't know why it's every now and then like I will have nothing up on the background and the game will just kind of freeze up here and there and then just crash, and then kind of kill the mood from trying to get some levels or at least have some fun races, or at least try to get my pace up and try to see where I'm at, but kind of have like different ideas in that case. Besides that, channel-wise, I don't think I might change it up a whole lot. I do kind of want to change like the design of it, at least now that I have Photoshop and stuff on my computer, which hopefully doesn't eat up too much on my RAM, especially when I'm doing like a whole bunch of editing and working on pictures from like car events that I will end up going to, like let's say Cars and Coffee or Car Meet, or going to Coda, which is about an hour away from me. The drive to Coda from my house isn't that bad. It's just like a lot of construction going on, especially when I'm heading over there. But I haven't had any issues, especially like on the drive back. I then end up getting back home pretty quick. I just kind of like cruise and put my music on and just kind of not completely zone out, but at least be at least careful in a way. I do want to travel this year. I don't know for sure. I usually try to at least go out and spend some time on planning out, especially if it's for my birthday, which is in October. I try to at least kind of plan out ahead, whether it's by myself or if it's on joining in other people or anything like that, which I don't really tend to do a whole lot of. I kind of prefer to travel solo. I know it's kind of bad to say, it's like kind of depending on others, just kind of not your typical cup of tea, especially when it comes to planning out, and things kind of end up a little bit expensive than um, just being by yourself. Um, oh, there's a Pagani and SSK. I know it's gonna be like a good chunk of money right there. Yeah, I might end that to my car collection. But going back to my point, I might try to at least go to like a resort, kind of like I did last year. All inclusive. I've been at least like checking Expedia and um, seeing what kind of packages or sales they will have going on. At least last year I got kind of lucky, especially for like my birthday time. I managed to at least take a trip for pretty reasonable price, and me working in the travel industry just kind of helps out quite a lot. So it's just matter of taking the opportunity and plan things ahead, especially if it's doable. I do have my passport at least on hand, so that way in case I want to travel to at least somewhere that's kind of new, I have at least a opportunity to do it. Yeah, I'm keeping the RX-7. Besides that, I do have some internet friends that I at least want to meet up with, especially after I had uh, visited visited them a couple years ago. So I want to at least pay my second visit. I might or may not go to Houston to at least visit one of them that are close by. It's like a 3 hour drive, at least for me. So I wouldn't mind just cruising over there and spend a weekend for one of my like really old friends. And it's their birthday coming up next month, so a little bit of summer. It's Texas summer is usually really hot down here, so it's gonna be a little bit of adjusting. But is there anything in this? Ah, there's that could have been another Lambo into the stash. Besides any sort of news coming up lately, I may be leaving to a work trip, not this next week, but the following week. It's like a 2 day type of thing. So I don't really expect to be long for a little too long than usual, but I'm just kind of I'm just kind of wondering how that's gonna go. Alright, game, shut up. I see that inactivity detected, but it doesn't really do me anything when I'm just kind of just flipping the spins. Alright, let me change the song. Well, at least I got 300k out of that, so I'll take it. Yeah, I kind of tend to go through the freaking pop-ups a little too much. Like, I'll be just working on my car and then be like, oh, you've been disconnected or you've been in activity, blah, 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 blah. It's just like, come on, dog. I have uh, Ethernet cord on all the time. Uh, I'm on Google Chrome, so I don't know. I always just kind of, I guess the servers just drop, or I guess kind of lags here and there, but it just kind of doesn't make sense. I could have taken the Jesco, but kind of makes it a little difficult, especially when I'm trying to play online. Especially lately, I've been hopping into playing Fortnite with some of my peeps from work. So it's been fun. It's been a little sweaty. I'm trying to adjust. I've been playing on mouse and keyboard, especially trying to get my aim on right. It's a it's a fun time to at least get my aim on. I wonder why it's a watches thing. All right, I'm just trying to come up with topics to talk as these spins are going through. I already kind of at least made it about halfway there. Um, I'm pretty much gonna try and at least go swim. At least hopefully at least hit up the soccer field, football. Play some football lately. I've been slacking on that a lot lately. I was kind of waiting for time change after it happened to start hitting up the field, but usually on my days off I just kind of end up being a bit of a homebody or going out and we meet up with friends. So it's been a bit of a fun time, especially that one is an adult. I kind of rather spend the time on either asleep or staying home instead of going out and deal with people, rude people, matter of fact. But I try to at least prioritize on eating as enough as possible. I did kind of gain a little bit of weight, especially from the years of working the airport. Uh, just trying to at least stay a little fit, little active. Even though that I'm a supervisor now, you know, I don't like to just sit back and just let all my guys do the work. I at least like to, be part of, you know, crawling in and get the work done as well. So I'll try to at least be as involved as I can. As for events, I just went to the GT World Championship last week. It was fun. Honestly, I was not expecting to go over there and end up hearing that they will have the open paddock. So I ended up taking a whole lot of pictures, which I'm still going through. I went to the time attack, which it was the Super Lap battle at the beginning of April. So I got some pictures taken of that, kind of on my part. Well, mostly on my part. I forgot taking my camera battery. So I kind of had to rely on my Polaroid and my phone when I went to the Super Lab Battle Time Attack event, which this year was my 5th year ongoing. Every time I go, it's always a different experience, but it's always pretty cool to see of what cars are participating or what new cars are from like the previous year, or just kind of going around and take pictures, different angles, and going over to the drifting pad and see who's out there just throwing it sideways or just tandems and just kind of do the ride-alongs, especially if I'm going with like somebody. Like I ended up taking my, I guess, ex-best friend for her birthday a couple years ago. I ended up letting her be a part of it, so it was pretty cool to see, to at least have somebody to tag along, especially when I end up going by myself to those kind of events. But it is what it is. Coming up on September, there's going to be the 6-hour Lone Star Le Mans for the WEC. So looking forward to that. It's usually like a weekend event. Saturdays is usually the Hyperpole, which is the everybody kind of doing their qualifying, which is usually both GT3 class and the prototype. Not the LMPs, but uh, I guess that's the higher class. The hypercars. That's what I was trying to say. Uh, don't think they have the package available to do the uh, grid walk, which I will definitely would like to. This year I'm definitely going for the Iron Dames, and I do definitely want to see the Valkyrie from AMR, the NAV12 participating this year, so I'm definitely looking forward to see that Coda this year. I've been trying to at least keep up with the races, at least watching through the highlights, see how the teams are running, especially since every now and then I kind of have like plans on Sundays when it's race day, or during the week, especially when I'm just kind of like trying to have something to watch while I'm eating. So I try to at least keep myself a little distracted. I got a couple of birthdays going on this month, so that's also gonna be adding up a little bit of socializing, especially during the weekends. Don't really think there's gonna be a whole lot going on, especially like going out and hang out with them. Yeah, that is if they kind of have something already planned out up ahead, up in advance. Um, there is a concert I think I might end up attending as well coming up in September. There is a comedian that's coming up in November. His name is Martin Namini. I went to his show last year when he came to San Antonio. It was a pretty cool show. If anybody wanted to like check him out, his content's pretty fun. I do kind of wanna offer myself to go to the stage, but we'll see kind of how things go this time around. His work is fun to watch. Either that or on Instagram when he posts the clips on there. But at least not that far away from finishing. I'm already like 22 minutes in on just this recording that's going on. Besides that, I think I am gonna switch the pace of the music, at least for a minute. Kind of been getting a little lucky, at least with the gold drops of credits. I was kind of hoping that could have gotten some more cars, especially some legendaries or ones that I don't have yet, especially through the spins. At least it's a Porsche. Why not? I think I already had one in my garage, but why not? I'll add another one. So far, we are currently in the month of May, and I haven't heard any news yet on the Carson Coffee over here in San Antonio. They're still looking for, I guess, a place to hold the event. They had been doing it at the parking lot of Six Flags, but I guess because Six Flags went into a different organization, at least to like handling the area, they just kind of didn't like the idea of having a whole bunch of cars being there by the time they were opening the amusement park, so they just kind of still being on holding back on where the next location is gonna be for the cars and coffee, and waking up early on Saturdays like I used to, and then going over there and take all the pictures and all that stuff. So it's been a minute. I thought it was gonna be happening, I guess, in March, like they used to start them at, but we still haven't heard any news about it. Alright, so I'm gonna try and at least rapid fire from here on to where I end. So I'm gonna let the music just play out, and I'll probably just change it up to Ace Combat, so we just kind of This kind of goes with being on the background. As I'm over here just yapping my gums, but I'm at least doing okay lately. At least mentally, I've been trying to at least do everything that I could. So I've been at least alright. I've been trying to at least go out with my peeps here and there. So hopefully things stay like that. I do want to at least change for the better. So, but alright. I'm gonna let you guys hold this 20 last spins remaining with the OST, and hope to see you guys definitely soon. Cause I definitely want to stream Forza on the PS5 more often, especially now that I don't have to worry about this game crushing my computer so much like you usually would. Damn, I went through all the spins and I didn't get anything good to close out with. Come on, dog. But not too bad. At least I got through a pretty good chunk of, you know, of the wheel spins that I had. Besides that, that was pretty much a whole lot of credits I ended up getting there. Alright, I have a V60 already, so damn, that was a that was a good chunk of credits I ended up getting there. Um, yeah, that was about 13 mil, about so. Yeah, I got a couple of yellow legendary drops from credits, and I just don't like how they usually have like those uh, common drops. So it's like 5, 10k. It's just like, come on, bro. It's like, just give me the good stuff, but I guess not. Didn't really get a whole lot of new cars or expensive cars except for these two. I think a 288 goes for, I guess, like a couple mil, and the SSK, but yeah, I guess, but it's all cool though. At least I'm glad to see to add this one in. But alright then. So that's pretty much gonna close it out for my Forza Horizon 5 version on PC. I'm not gonna completely like put it on the back burner. Like I may, well, definitely come back and at least um, get on here to eventually drop my car. I am definitely gonna miss the at least, you know, um, my tunes. I almost blacked out there for a second. Um, but it's okay. I can definitely usually like go back and maybe make some new ones, especially in the PS5 since it's like a different hardware, different controller. It's like a different feel on there, but no biggie. But alright, I'm gonna go ahead and sign out, and I wonder why the game's not running on the background, but okay. That's gonna be it for this little video, which is already like 33 minutes long. Hope to see y'all in the coming um, live stream, which I'm definitely gonna play a lot more of this, especially in my PS5. And most likely gonna switch it up with um, GT7. I do kind of want to keep going back and forth with, I guess, Battlefield to at least stay, you know, keep at it. I haven't really kept up with what's going on with the events or what's they gonna come up with the new Battlefield. I guess whenever they decide to release the next one, but it is what it is. All right, y'all, take it easy. Hope to see y'all soon. Have a good weekend. Have a good afternoon, good evening, or good morning whenever y'all watch this video. And take care.